What is up, everybody? It's Juggalo Gaming. I'm Jonathan80315 and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've done any streams or recordings. This is more of an update video and also a little bit of gameplay of Gemcraft Frostborn Wrath, which I've been playing for a while now in my spare time. Now, before we get started, well, this is an episode, but we didn't see your intro. Well, let me just fix that right now. Alright, welcome back, everybody. It's been a long time, and with my current status on where I'm at, don't have the best internet, so I definitely can't stream. It's going to take forever to upload this to YouTube, so pray that you might get this maybe tomorrow. As of right now, it is 4:20, but you know, April 20th, trying to do this recording at like 6:25 in the afternoon. Hopefully everything goes good. Now, I want to kind of show off a couple things real quick. Not only in my gameplay, but if anybody has any questions on where to get certain skills or battle traits or anything like that, so I got this handy dandy map, which you can find online. We're gonna bring my mouse over here so I can, well, keep it full screen. And we're gonna enlarge it pretty decently so you can see. Alright, so starting at the top here. Okay, that's not working anymore. I was able to use my keys earlier. So, this is where you get a lot of the early game stuff, on the mid game, and finally down here, where you could find some of these. Now, as you can see, anything in blue is through opening a stash to unlock certain areas. So C4 would unlock F3, E4 unlocks the I fields where bleeding is, so on and so forth. B2 unlocks B5 through stash. Anything with the green arrow is just beating the level, as you can see there. Now, if you want to take a closer look at this and pause, be my guest. I kind of went through the whole map right there, but we'll go through a little bit more, maybe a little further out though, like this, so yeah, you can see more on the map. And we'll go down. I hate my mouse, it's so sensitive. Okay. And now that that's over with, and I definitely suggest Seeker Sense, which is down here, which works really good with Ritual you get from D1. These two together, beautiful for Shadow Core farming. So get Ritual and Seeker Sense. Now we're going to go right into the gameplay here. Oh man. Okay, I'm not used to playing on my other monitor. As you can see, I'm wizard level 860 with 116 fields done. First off, as a lot of people maybe, you know, already notice or don't notice, but a lot of your achievements, well, some of your achievements have these codes, as you can see here. Now, this one is very interesting, because this is the start of a code. I know this because it starts with a 1 gem, or grade 1 gem. So the grade 1 gem, and then I would have to find a code that has the grade 3 and 9. I believe it's 9. It's hard to tell. And then overlap the 3 and 9 of this middle section over this section. And each strain of a code is 3 different achievements, overlaps by 2. So the first 2 in the next code would overlap the last 2 of this code right here. And then the last two of the middle code section of the code would overlap the last two of the last section of the code, and it has to start with a grade 1 and end with a grade 1. That's how you know you have a full code. As you can see here, I only have 46 more achievements to unlock. So, I'm getting there. I have all my codes done. I went through each of these and got every single one of them. A lot of writing down going through each achievement, writing down the code, figuring out if it's a first, middle, or end piece, and piecing it all together. Okay, so that covers your achievements section. So talismans, as a lot of people know, the same symbol going across is initial mana bonus, and different symbols going vertically is your mana at the start of each wave. Right there's my current stat boost. I'm working on getting a plus $25 skills, and also making sure that I kind of keep it where I'm always getting at least this much bonus. I still need this symbol here for this fragment, and this symbol up here for this fragment, and also grade 100s would be beautiful. As you can see here, I got one grade 100 with, oh no, I got two grade 100s with a symbol, but none of them match to where I would need to put them. This one, if it was a corner piece, would be amazing, but it's not. The other thing is, and I'm going to waste some shadow cores here, any piece, this is my lowest one, right? So it'd be the cheapest to shape change. Any piece that has a flat edge to it, so like the corner piece or the edge fragments here, let me find one, like this one, you know, has a flat edge. You cannot change what side, you can't change what side that edge is on. So, if I would shape change this, and this is going to waste a little bit of my shadow course, but that's okay. As you can see here, I can, you know, change it, well, let me get kind of off of it, to be like that. But if I hit up to try to change that, or down, or left, it's like, oh, this side is an edge. Now I can bring this up so you can kind of see. See, it won't let me. I can only change it to what's not an edge. Right? And same, there's no way to get rid of an edge side, or to change what side the edge is on, which honestly, my first time I was trying to figure out how to do it, because it does say, so where is it at? Spend shadow cores, shape change fragment. To make it fit talisman, you can change the shape of the same fragment type. Now it says you can change the shape of the same fragment type. So when I'm looking at, you know, here, you got three types. The inner fragments, which have no edges, the edge fragments, which have one edge, and the corner fragments, which have two edges. So when I'm thinking type, I'm thinking, oh, you know, so I could change this corner to be another corner, a different corner. No, that's not actually how it works. So I feel like, you know, that was kind of me misreading into it a little bit, and it kind of sucks that I can't actually do that. Also, once you shape change, if you read down there, it says I can keep changing it without wasting any more shadow core. So I can go right back into changing it if I messed it up. But that does it for that. As you can see, I got some pretty nice bonuses already. Okay, that covers talisman skills wise here. We're actually, I'm going to drop my mana because I'm not really going to need much mana for what I'm about to do here. I'm really not going to need traps either. I'm mainly just going to start with a high amount of mana for a pretty high crit hit gem and go shadow core farming. That's the plan in the video. Now, I covered my achievements, everything. Let's look at my stats real quick. So, recently, and I mean very recently, this was actually last night when I was playing World Sword Fields by XP, I finally hit, we'll go clear to the bottom here, I finally hit 176 million on V3, which was actually pretty impressive, that actually hitting the 100 millions for total XP. And then I did S3 at that and reached 90, which was pretty decent. So I was actually very happy with that. That jumped me like to 700, from 700 something to 860. It was amazing. Because I was actually in the 500s, like, and then jumped into like mid 600s, and then jumped clear almost into 800s instantly. It was amazing. I was like, yeah. Some differences between Chasing Shadows and Frostborn Wrath. I realize this is a very long video. It's very educational. And you know what? Let's start some gameplay while I explain into this a little bit more here. So we're going to set my XP record traits. I'm going to get rid of Vital Link. That was just to get a higher XP on one of my runs, and I'll see if I can do it. I'll keep Ritual on for now. So Ritual is up to, it draws out powerful enemies, you know, the Wraiths, the Shadows, the Spectres, the Wizard Hunters, which pairs well with Seeker Sense. As I mentioned, Seeker Sense and Ritual go really well together, because Seeker Sense increases the amount of Shadow Cores found. I really don't need Shadow Cores right now, so, you know, I'm just going to save my skill points. Fury is a pretty decent one because you get bonus XP for enraged monsters. More XP for enraged, I should say, because you already get an XP multiplier depending on how hard you're enraging. But let's start this. So 90 waves for A1 on journey mode. Usually, and I forgot to increase. Yeah, let's return to the map, because I forgot to do something. I forgot to use a little bit of Shadow Cores here to increase my rarity rate. That's all. Okay, 12 minutes into the video. Doing pretty good here. Okay. Wow, hope you didn't hear that. That was loud. So, I'm not going to set this up like I normally do, apparently, because I'm a little further down than usual. That's okay, because 4 and then 6s. We're just gonna, this is like my kind of go-to setup for this. 2 traps there, trap there, okay. And before I finish that, let's get everything else in real quick. Here, down there, down there. Now I do have more mana than what I usually do at this point because of my leveling last night. That one I put there to block that. Alright, so we're going to put this here. Shrink it down. These are kind of my defenses against a lot of the special enemies. And one more. Alright, that covers that. Oh yeah, okay, so back to my train of thought on some of the differences between Chasing Shadows and Frostborn Wrath. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on what I usually do. You know what? Let's just put a 7. No, 9. I'll get to why I run the waves, because the waves aren't going to be anything. This is actually probably more than enough to take care of almost anything. I want to upgrade once and upgrade the amplifiers once, but after that they can handle anything. And I'll have these two set to special and the main gem set to special. Alright, we're just going to fast forward and you get to listen to my summon voice. Actually, real quick here, I'm going to turn down the game volume a little bit just to make sure you can still hear me. We'll go a little bit more. Okay. So, as you might know, and it's very hard for me to concentrate actually right now because how loud it is in my headset. But, so in Chasing Shadows, one of the things, you know, with shrines in particular, is that, and same with Enraging, is you had to sacrifice a gem for each shrine strike or each enraged tile. Now, just think about this, like, for me to do a endurance mode on on Chasing Shadows, I would create a grade 3 or 4 gem and set it in my, you know, my stockpile over here, and just constantly bomb each wave. And Frostborn Wrath, well, you just gotta put it there, and it just enraged them all. So instead of wasting the money for each time I bomb, basically, I'm just doing it once. Now, we're already good to upgrade here. We'll just go ahead and do that. Hello? Upgrade. I don't know what that was. I hit U and it didn't upgrade. I think it's because I clicked off the screen to lower the volume. So I wasn't technically clicked onto this screen yet. And that could have worked out bad, wouldn't it? And the same thing with shrines. You had to sacrifice one gem to activate the shrine, and the shrine's power would be based on that gem you sacrificed. So in that kind of respect, Frostborn Wrath actually is easier. However, to increase the difficulty, they took out 3 gems. Now, technically they only took out 1 gem. Or 2 gems. Ooh. That's a... Oh yeah, I never upgraded these. I was like, wait, why are they getting through? This... See, I was talking and wasn't worried about upgrading. No, we should be fine the rest of the way. You usually have a little bit of a path here, but yeah, it'll be fine, right? So, I lost my train of thought. That's not good. You know, I'm just gonna maze them a little bit here. Whoops. Okay, so you would sacrifice the 1 gem, right? And shrines in Frostborn. Oh yeah, I was talking about, I remember. See, I had to get my train of thought. I know, this episode's all over the place, right? So, they took out the suppressing gem. They took out chain hit. They took out bloodbound and poolbound. Now, technically they didn't take out blood and poolbound, because every gem has blood and poolbound built into them. So not only is this a crit hit, but it's also a blood and poolbound. Now, that is because, as you can see there, at so many hits the damage increases, which was what bloodbound was. And at certain mana pool levels would increase the damage as well. That's poolbound, and I'm going over the wrong screen there. And you can kind of see that here, I think. Yeah, mana pool damage multiplier is a 1.6 right now for me. So, you can see it down there. That is poolbound and bloodbound, and obviously bloodbound is more important. So it's better to get more hits rather than trying to work on, your mana level. That being said, I got trash. That being said, I mean, mana pool is pretty important. But it's not, end all. Like, honestly, you should probably focus on make sure no monsters leak by over trying to hit that mana pool level. So, but, they took out the suppressing gem entirely and took out chain hit entirely. Now, chain hit they actually replaced with the bleed gem. I actually like the bleed gem. It's actually pretty decent. So that covers a lot of that. Now I'm gonna go into an endurance run. I just don't know what I'm gonna do an endurance one. something quick. I could really skyrocket this one. That would be funny. Should I? Skills. Put that back up to 50. We'll put that to 40 for right now. I don't think that's where I had it exactly, but it's good enough, right? Also, I got trash on this, so we'll just go ahead and sell them. Not even symboled. The only non-symbols I keep are these 100s, and that's because they're 100s will plus all the skills. So, I feel like with keeping these, it gives me more of a thing on, well, if I get to the point where it's almost all plus 100s, and I'm missing like maybe this one symbol to be a plus to all skills and be a 100, I could trade it out for a 100 piece that is plus to all skills to get that, you know, extra point. Well, actually, this would be a better choice because that one already had plus 1 to all skills, but so I'm kind of keeping them as a just in case thing. I think that was my very first 100 piece right there. Let's see here, skills. Yeah, should be good. I'm not going all out. Maybe a little bit. So let's see. I could probably really rack up these two up higher. And that one. You know what? Let's do the S1. That's only in the 1 million mark. Doing endurance. Before I forget, what did I do that with? So if you already did like a high endurance and you know, it's like, oh yeah, I forget what I kind of used on it. You can hit set, go to the field you did it on, click on endurance mode, set XP record traits, and it will change it to the exact traits that you had. And then you can just go back and go back to that field. That way it's already set for you. Alright, start the battle. Yeah, it looks good. Good enough, right? So we're going to do an endurance run real quick. This video is already running a little bit long, but I'll try to make it relatively quick. To kind of show you how much mana I can really rack up here. This actually is a pretty good starting point. Oh, that kind of sucks. What I wanted to do, I can't really do. You know what? It'll work. It works a little bit. That will have to work. Whatever. It will only have a little bit, but yeah. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. I'm not setting up a full mana farm or anything like that. This is more of a quick and 30 one. Which I'm only going to use 3. And I'm going to use a lantern to do my slowing. Well, I kind of want a little bit more amplifiers around there, but that's okay. And also, you know what? I'm going to kill with traps. I'm just going to get this kind of set up here. Alright, and we're going to put a grade 8 right off the rip in there. And I definitely should have done that first. That's going to kill a lot for right now. Yeah, see, that's killing. That's not good. That's not good at all. I'm going to have to upgrade this. Right off the rip, I'm going to have to upgrade a grade 8. That is ridiculous. You pain in the butt. Alrighty. Okay. Shit. Yeah, that'll be good. I can't fully do it. Should be good enough though. Oh, I didn't put it on endurance. Oh, this is gonna be easy then. Wow. Okay, well, actually that will make it almost a 30-minute episode. I mean, these are only grade 8s, and at this point in time in endurance, I would have upgraded these a couple more times. You know, this would have been like... Try to keep them as even as possible. You know, I would save a little bit of mana and get them last 2 upgrades that I kind of missed out on. We'll go ahead and do that. You know, freeze them and, you know, hit them with my whiteout so they leech more mana. I mean, seriously, these are leeching so much mana already, and they're not even close to what I usually have. And I gem bombed with a grade 8, and I would have increased that too so they can get through everything. That was actually pretty good for doing a journey mode like I was doing in endurance. Alright, one more thing, like, if you are doing kind of a normal run, the way I look at it is, for each of your gems, let me just go into a map so I can look at each of the gems here. Now, I'm not going to play, this is going to be pretty much the end of the video, but when you're looking at each of your gem types, right, the first thing you really want to do as they come out is slow them down and mana leech them to regain that mana pool that you're spending. So they're obviously the first 2. After that, you want to go into kill mode. And this is kind of your preference. If you want to poison them and stack up poison, it's best to stack the poison as early as possible. That way they have so like, the best way to say it is so that, you know, the poison takes time to eat at them. So you want to stack it as early as possible so to get as low as possible later down and eventually die from it. For armor tearing, since all traps ignore armor, you just want to have that before a tower. If you're using a tower to kill, you want to have armor tearing before that. For crit, you know, obviously if you put it in a trap to kill, you don't need armor tearing at all. If you have it in a tower, you need armor tearing before that. Bleed before, you know, the tower or your kill gem in general, whether it be a trap or tower. Now, if you are using a lantern to apply slow within the mana farm, that way you don't have to slow before your mana farm, you can also kind of do the same thing of, like, once you get into the kill zone, have a lantern applying bleed, which I used and worked out pretty well. You know, upwards to like 500% bleed before they would even hit my, you know, kill traps, which was amazing. So that's kind of like the general order, you know, slow, then mana, and then when you're in the killing section, it'd be poison, armor, then bleed, and then finally your crit as the killer in either in a tower or in a trap. And now if it's in a trap, you don't need the armor. Just keep that in mind, because no matter what you put in a trap, whether it be a crit, a mana, a bleed, a poison, which I made 2 of them by accident, like I said, I've got a sensitive mouse, or even a slow gem, each of these, well, the only one I didn't put in there is armor tearing, because obviously that hits the armor, even though it ignores armor, which is weird, right? Like, look at this, right? At the very top there, in traps, you know, there's some actual things, but it says ignores armor. So the damage itself, that 9 to 20, is hitting their health directly, no matter what. And then the armor reduction of the effect actually tears down their armor. Same thing with everything else. You know, every one of these ignores armor, because traps ignore armor in this one, which is very useful, because usually within Chasing Shadows you had to use, I think it was bolt. Yeah, it was bolt ignores armor on traps, but in this one, if you use bolt, ooh, I missed the wrong button. If you use bolt, it's 100% more damage. If you use, you know, beam, that's your firing speed, and if you use barrage, that's, you know, more special damage. Now, obviously, these grade 1s are more powerful enough to actually kill these. I'm just gonna send them all. Let's see if they get through even. Ah, a couple got through. Huh. Oh, I got caught the banishment on. That's no good. You know what? That takes care of a lot of his stuff. I'm killing him. Boop. He dead. That was funny. That's overkill. Oh, there you go. It's been a little bit over 30 minutes. So I hope, you know, you found a lot of this information useful. This is, you know, with talisman farming for a little bit, and also information on Frostborn Wrath and some of the differences between Chasing Shadows. Definitely farming the Shadow Cores and Talismans is my main priority right now over doing endurance runs, but I do want to do a couple more, and maybe if this video does well, I might put out some more gameplay of this. But this is going to be the only tutorial I'm doing out for it, and it's more of a, you know, kind of a hints, tips and tricks, you know, hints video type of thing. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time. There's a fire burn the fire brigade. Tonight we are losing this fight.